Hi, Thomas. Thanks for joining me. So obviously, I'm John Rockliffe, Head of Sales Engineering for d.velop in UK and Ireland. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
You're welcome. Do you mind just introducing yourself for the audience? Obviously, this is being recorded. And just, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Thomas Kronawitterer, like a very melodic German name. I'm working as Head of Data-Driven Applications and Services for a company called Grenke. We are in the financial service provider business. Our main area of work is small ticket IT, business-to-business leasing. We do this in more than 30 countries all around the world. My role is as Head of Data-Driven Applications and Services, mainly being responsible for the department taking care of the data and analytics platforms of our company and the more, let's say, data-centric applications like our new customer solution or our document management system.
And you've been a customer of d.velop for many years, so since I think 2018. If I can take you back to maybe before 2018, do you mind explaining kind of the picture of the business, what was going on in Grenke, what were the challenges you were facing before you came to d.velop?
Yeah, so the company grew very, very fast. We're on the market like 45 years now, and due to this growth, we didn't have much time evolving our IT infrastructure, our IT environment. So we had like a document management system that was quite old. The processes were quite old, manual process, a lot of time consuming steps to do in the system. We had scaling issues with the documents. We had roughly 600 million documents at that time and really had problems ingesting all the documents we create during invoice runs and so forth.
So actually, it sounds like the document management challenge was rather than just simply storing and accessing, was a real problem for the workflow in the business to make sure the business could happen in a timely manner.
Exactly, like waiting 7 days for an invoice to be available for our customers is not something that's up to the standard of the year 2018.
Yep.
So we try to improving all the business processes attached to the document workflows, and let's say take a step back and take a step in the future with our document management, not just replacing one storage solution for documents with another one.
Great stuff, and actually that brings us on to your project. So you went to market for a document management system,
right? Yeah.
And thank you for choosing d.velop. Do you mind just explaining about kind of that process and what was important to you in choosing a document management platform, what it needed to kind of be capable of to meet the needs of your business, your stakeholders and your users?
Certainly. So like I said, storing documents is just one part of the solution we were seeking. Obviously, with 600 million documents and ever-growing number of those, it's an important part, but being able to integrate working with those documents into our business processes and using workflows to increase automation was really important to us. And the second part really was being able to integrate it into other solutions. So we have very strong software development department. So a lot of our software is self-developed, and we need needed APIs to integrate all those software applications into our document management processes.
And would you agree that your document management system is a sort of a cohesive part of your data strategy? It's not necessarily a silo. Do you mind explaining, how maybe some of the data elements fit together to make a good business solution for you?
Right. The reason I'm responsible for all the data and analytics platforms, so data is my main area of work. So if I think about documents, it's not like a PDF or the size of the letter. It's the data and the metadata of those documents and everything attached to it. So we need something that enables us to leverage this information basically and integrate it into our processes.
Fantastic. So I assume everything was plain sailing with d.velop, really easy to onboard as a customer, and you've had no problems.
Well, it was, because what we found d.velop was really a partner trying to develop our needs, matching it with your experience in the area. Like you have a very strong consulting business in financial services in Germany, and it was a great project start. And to be honest, about 2 weeks into it, we really had a lot of problems. The system crashed, we had performance issues, and was really challenging first couple of months.
I'm hoping that you saw through that though. Hopefully, we're here talking. So if you could explain, I suppose how you were able to overcome those challenges, because obviously implementing enterprise software is not easy, but you become successful. So do you mind explaining a kind of process that you went through,
right.
And how you worked with our teams to overcome some of those initial challenges?
Yeah, sure. So I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't a success after all. So basically, the first and in my opinion, the most important part of the success is that this was a partnership from the beginning, from the project start, and even as things got rough, and they really did go rough for a couple of months, this partnership remained. So there was no blaming from your side. There was all hands on deck, from first level support employees to the board members of your company. We got offered your managed service for this 6-month stretch for free, which helped us a lot, alleviate a lot of the problems. But basically, we needed time to figure out what the problem was. And to be honest, the problem was we didn't have the time during the project to change all of our business processes. So a lot of processes from the old system just got ported to the new system. And this was really a problem, because we started a lot of workflows, millions in fact, and any modern document management system is not suited to accommodate like million manual interactions. So we needed time to figure out how to change the processes and eliminate the root cause of our problem, which was, to be honest, the lack of changing our business processes and eliminating the surplus we accumulated over the last 40 years or so.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you came through that process and ended up with a solution that the business was happy with, and the partnership with d.velop has ultimately been a successful one.
Yeah.
Obviously, implementing enterprise software, complex software in your business is not necessarily just a one-time technical implementation. Do you mind just explaining how Grenke has really adapted to implement software well within the business, with meeting the needs of both senior stakeholders, but also with user champions, making sure that your software is a living, breathing part of your business rather than just a one-time purchase?
Yeah. So basically, like most companies, we came from a place where implementing new software is first a technology project, and second a project, like something with a start and an end. And what we have been learning in the last couple of years and implementing is looking at like you do, it's a software product that's ever evolving, and for us, services are evolving as well. Needs of the stakeholders are evolving as well. So we try to look at it like a product we're starting and continuously developing. And the other thing that's really, really important is like the example we had, the root of all the problems we had initially was not taking the people with us, like emphasizing on the change of the business instead of the change of the technology. And so what we did is we are in the process of implementing like a product organization at our company as well. Stakeholder management to the business is handled by product managers that are part of the subject, the business entities. And we do have product owners at our services and product level that they are communicating very strong, heavily with each other, trying to get the business needs translated into IT solutions we are trying to develop. And one thing is really important, emphasis on the continuous improvement part, because we came from a place where the project had to be completely done and completely defined before we even started. And then, like in the modern world, if it takes 3 years, the requirements most certainly will have changed in like 3 years. So changing the approach the company goes, implementing new software is going to a product approach with a continuous improvement has made a huge difference implementing new software and solutions in our company.
That's fantastic to hear, because I think from a software vendor's point of view, we want our customers to be successful, and actually having that more service-orientated approach to software deployment, continual improvement and development is better for everyone, and it means that hopefully the market, people will be better at implementing software successfully in their businesses for the long term.
Well, it's how you develop software, isn't
Absolutely.
it? The sprints, like 2-week sprints, continuous improvement. The world has moved away from like this large software versions that live 10, 20 years.
So you said 10, 20 years. So maybe not 10 or 20, but maybe in the next kind of 1 to 3 years, what do you see are the kind of the next steps of Grenke's evolution with technology?
Well, for us, we are heavily invested in moving to the cloud, which is not a novelty thing, but being a German financial service provider, and the German financial market is heavily regulated, so moving to the cloud has been quite slow. So adapting wasn't so for us. It's the move to a cloud-first strategy. We do this with our data analytics platform, which we're moving to the offerings from Microsoft. With your software, we will start moving it from our on-premise hosted systems to your SaaS solutions. So on the technological part, the move away from self-hosted applications to managed applications that live in the cloud is the technology part.
And with that, do you think the move to cloud will give the business a bit more agility to change quicker and adapt quicker?
Well, it will certainly give us the ability to change, and that's the second part I really want to emphasize here, is we are trying to evolve the business into this product thinking and continuous improvement again. So moving it away from this 5-year plans to what's important now, what does our customer need, what does the market need, and basically start a conversation with the business and a joint development of our software and our IT estate, basically.
Thank you. So I'm going to spin this on its head now. So imagine you are in charge of d.velop's development budget. You have a large team of software developers. What would you spend your development budget on for our customer base? What's your recommendations for developers as a software vendor? Where should we be going? So anything that's missing from our ecosystem that you think, these guys should really look there.
Well, the thing is, I personally don't find much missing in your product, because I like the modularity. You can have the core document management system, you can assigning solution, have output management capabilities. I do like the partner network. We're using that in special cases. The obvious answer is more integration of machine learning and AI, which is quite obvious, but I'm really sure this will help us develop better customer-centric solution, to be honest. So I know you have products in this way, and for us it really helps that they can be hosted on German ground. So for being a financial service provider in Germany, again, it's really important to us not having those machine learning model or large language models hosted on a hyperscaler that may be connected to the US. You do that, and making the integration in all the products easier, and the hurdle to use them, reduce the hurdle of using them. That would be my main area of focus, if you ask me.
Perfect. And I think obviously the AI piece, and obviously you've got a cloud journey ahead of you, which is quite exciting.
It is, yeah.
And obviously that will enable some of our kind of more newer technologies,
right?
AI, you know, running in our cloud. Obviously that's something that we're doing because of the scale and some of the compute that's needed. That's where it's hosted.
Obviously, yeah.
And I think you're right in terms of meeting the needs of complex regulated businesses that need that security, that their information remains their information no matter what new developments, new technologies come on board.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, Thomas, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for talking with me.
It's my pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you. And obviously we're here at the wonderful Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So I really want to thank you and appreciate your time.
Anytime. Thank you.
Thank you.